Chrissy Teigen. Marriage falling apart? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Something called The Things launches an article with John Legend quits The Voice amid rumours his marriage to Chrissy Teigen is falling apart. Oh dear. Marriage with the narcissist not going so well. Who'da thunk it? John Legend has announced he's not returning to The Voice as a coach, prompting speculation as to why he's leaving the hit show. Amid various rumours about his marriage, John admits he wants to spend more time with his family, possibly echoing the alleged relationship problems between him and Chrissy Teigen. Now, this is a couple that very much puts their relationship into the public arena. She does this as a consequence of being a narcissist and needing to put it all out there. We've seen in the past the way that she would share her thoughts on Twitter, many of which were downright bizarre and reprehensible with regard to her comments about children and, of course, encouraging a young woman to kill herself. The content of her behaviour certainly demonstrated a complete absence of emotional empathy, and nastiness in her entitlement, and a lack of accountability for those behaviours. Repeatedly, the woman who doesn't know how to pronounce her own surname has repeatedly suggested that she's staying off social media, only to then reappear days later, demonstrating her hypocrisy. This also is a woman that decided that it would be appropriate to share on Instagram her abortion/miscarriage, as she still doesn't seem certain what it actually was, caring less for the impact upon others, and all about wanting to ensure that the world knew what was going on in her life. Time and time again, she appears, putting her moon-faced noggin into the world so that the satellite signals that are sent from outer space can duly be received. So far, there has been no mention of intelligent life, either out there or in relation to her. The couple have been hit with rumours about the state of their marriage, which isn't a surprise when it comes to involvement with a narcissist. Apparently, Mr. Legend said, "We've always got so many things going on. I'll be doing a lot of shows this summer and travelling overseas this summer. I'll be back if only I were actually going to take a break." The public-facing couple has never been shy to divulge about their marriage, the good and the bad, which of course is all put out there as a consequence of a sense of entitlement, and in relation to Chrissy Teigen, to assert control and draw fuel, which has led to speculation about where they stand today, especially since Teigen has been less active on social media compared to past years. But there have been rumours about the state of their relationship since Chrissy's bullying scandal, with some reports saying John took it harshly. He's upset about what's happening to his wife, and he's trying to be there for her, but he's also so disappointed. This is not the woman he fell in love with and married. Well, indeed, it won't be, because, of course, at the outset, she'll have kept hidden the nastiness of her behaviours and, in effect, conned him with the love bombing, because undoubtedly she will have approached that relationship like any other narcissist for the purposes of the assertion of control and drawing fuel through the love bombing. Apparently, according to this article, there was once a time where John Legend tried breaking up with Chrissy Teigen, but she wouldn't let him do it. That in itself is quite entertaining, because at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, you can't make them. Of course, you may have to go through certain legal procedures to dissolve a marriage, but if somebody doesn't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. But nevertheless, there'll be some people that will try and persuade somebody and cause them to not end the relationship, even where they're not narcissists. After all, they don't want to be on their own. They don't want the relationship to end. So if that person says, "I'm ending it," it's often the case that that person will try and dissuade them from going through that action. But it is particularly the case with the narcissist, because an intimate partner primary source stating that they're going to end the relationship is a massive threat to control and causes massive wounding to the narcissist, meaning that the narcissism motivates the narcissist to fight tooth and nail for the purposes of trying to prevent that threat to control. Accordingly, it wouldn't be a surprise to learn that Chrissy Teigen tried to prevent the breakup. Hilariously, the way that it's worded, she wouldn't let him do it, as opposed to she sought to persuade him not to do it. But she wouldn't let him, as if somehow her permission is required in relation to this. She explained, and of course this is the case of Chrissy Teigen nullifying threats to control by utilising social media. She defended herself via Twitter as was, saying that John was being whiny, smearing, and that's why she wouldn't accept the split. It wasn't a typical breakup. He was on tour, and his voice hurt, and he was being a whiny face about everything. And so, yeah, I was like, no, she tweeted. Early on in the relationship, I was on tour with him, and he'd gotten sick. He was feeling really bummed and stressed out, she explained to Cosmopolitan. He was like, I can't be in a relationship right now. That lasted for one day. Literally, a day. I knew it came from a place other than us not working. I always joke, remember when you tried to break up with me? Bringing up the past. He's like, yes, sorry, big mistake, she added. Well, there are rumours about the state of their marriage, which is unsurprising given the fact that there is at least one narcissist in the mix, and there's further evidence that shows that all is not particularly well on the SS Teigen, because have a look at this piece of video footage. Okay, there's a short piece of footage which appears to be as if they're in some kind of photo booth, which is to do with Sports Illustrated, and that they're posing for a photograph. And in the course of doing so, John Legend moves in for a kiss, and she shoves him away with a pained look on her face, which for somebody, of course, that loves flaunting her marriage and showing the outside world, throughout the whole of the clip, she doesn't look particularly pleased to be there. And when he attempts to kiss her, there's a very public rejection of him by her shoving him away. Thus, it's devaluing behaviour. And of course, because she's the type that doesn't operate with a facade, she's content to devalue him in this public fashion so that it's recorded at the Sports Illustrated swimwear 60th anniversary, what looks like photo or film booth. The context of the context of the footage isn't made clear as to why they're there or what they're doing, but what is evident is that she doesn't look particularly pleased to be with him, and the shoving away when he goes in for the kiss certainly demonstrates that he's being devalued, and may well then support the fact that Chrissy Teigen's marriage is falling apart. It remains to be seen what happens next, and of course it's hardly common, or rather hardly uncommon, for a narcissist marriage to end. We can only see what happens next, but he's clearly in devaluing behaviour, and here it's done in public. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.